Welcome, everybody. I have a question for you. Do you want to experience happiness? I'm sure your answer is yes. In this video, you will learn how you can actually experience happiness with the help of early morning routine. So please stay with me. We will also go live on Facebook. So give me just a second to connect with the Facebook. Okay, so we are live. Okay. So why did I say contrary to the popular belief? Because we think that in order to achieve happiness, we have to obtain something. We either have to connect with some person or many people, or we have to get a house or a car or a new computer or a degree or a new job, great success in the career, and so on and so on. But the ancient yoga textbooks teach us that happiness actually comes from within. And the only way how we can actually achieve happiness, which is long lasting, is by coming to the mode of goodness, to become situated in the mode of goodness. In this video, we will explore three things, three very important things of how you can come and how you can be situated in the mode of goodness. So for everyone who is not familiar with this term, mode of goodness is the modality of the material nature, one of the three modalities. And this one is actually the most auspicious and the most conductive, also for everyone who is trying to advance spiritually. And actually, this modality even helps a person to become liberated from the clutches of material energy. So we will explore the early morning routine. So the first thing, the first important point that I want to speak about is you need to rise before sunrise. Why? Why this is so? This is very important, even from the point of view of the Ayurveda. Perhaps some of you are familiar with Ayurveda, and Ayurveda is explaining very nicely how actually all the functions of our body and the mind are very much dependent on the sun. So it is very, very important that we actually get up before the sun rises, because when we do so, it is extremely beneficial for our well-being, for our body, but even more so for the mind. And on the contrary, people who tend to sleep in, who like to sleep longer past the sunrise, they actually are in danger to become depressed because they just don't follow the proper routine, which is meant to be for human beings, to rise before the sun. But I would actually like to go even a step further. For everyone who is trying to advance on the spiritual path, and especially for all those who are practicing bhakti yoga, even if you are just complete beginner, it is very, very auspicious to rise before the sunrise. And there is a special time called Brahma Muhurta. which is approximately 1.5 hours before the sunrise. If you can rise during that time, that is the most auspicious time for you to rise. And you can actually experience, when you rise so early in the morning, you can actually feel the peace in the atmosphere and the joyfulness in the atmosphere. It's a very, very pleasant to rise at such an hour and experience this. And you will be able to actually carry with you through the day this pleasant atmosphere in your mind. So this is the first point, extremely important to rise early. But then the next point is even more important, that you start cleansing. And the first thing that you have to cleanse is you need to cleanse your body, which means that you take a shower. You take a shower. Why? Because the body during the night is just spend so many hours lying in bed, and it actually it's not clean anymore. It is important that you cleanse your physical body, because this will have also very strong effect on the cleanliness of your subtle body, of the mind and intelligence. When you take a shower, early morning shower, especially if you can take more cool shower. I will not say like cold. Many people are not able to take cold, but at least lukewarm or, you know, cool shower is extremely auspicious, because such shower not only cleanses your physical body, but it also cleanses your subtle body of the mind. So perhaps you were dreaming. Sometimes perhaps you have some bad dreams, some nightmare. So many things can happen during the night. And also in the previous day, so many things have happened. And when you take this early morning shower, cool shower, these things are cleansed from your subtle body, and your physical body is also refreshed. And the mode of ignorance, which is the dark mode, the dark modality of material nature, very inauspicious, and the one which actually brings suffering and pain. If just by taking shower, you can cleanse yourself to a certain degree from this modality of the darkness of ignorance. So once you took a shower and you cleansed your body, the next very important thing to do is to meditate. And of course, in Bhakti Yoga, we do mantra meditation. Why it is very important that you meditate the first thing in the morning? It is important for several reasons. One reason is because as you have to cleanse your gross body, your physical body, you also need to do a deep cleansing of your mind. And this deep cleansing, much deeper than just like external shower with water, takes place when you meditate. So when you do mantra meditation, this is like a wonderful shower for your mind. It really cleanses the mind of all the negative things, of all the dust that has accumulated on your mind, even from the previous day, from all the things that have happened, from everything that you have heard or that you have watched or read, and perhaps many things that even are bothering you. Perhaps some things have happened that hurt you or made you anxious. If you take advantage of these early morning hours and you meditate on the spiritual sound of the mantra, the mahamantra, then you can cleanse your mind from all these impurities, from all this dust. And you immediately start feeling so much better. And then the next reason why it's so important to meditate in these early morning hours, like the first thing to do. Many times, even spiritual practitioners are actually a little confused, and they understand that they need to do their spiritual sadhana. As we say, sadhana means spiritual practice, but they are not aware of the importance of the early morning hours and how precious every single moment is in the early morning. We cannot waste it for anything that can be done later in the day. But the meditation is the most effective and the most important in these early morning hours before sunrise. Why? Because when you meditate in these early morning hours, you connect with the spiritual realm. You connect with your own spiritual nature, and you connect also with the consciousness of the absolute truth, of the supreme soul, your source. This is essential for every one of us, because here in this material world, we are just temporary. We are just visitors here. This is not our real home. And if we do not connect ourselves to our real spiritual nature, then we will be confused and we will feel awkward entire day, because we will find ourselves completely immersed in the material nature, in the material energy, into material existence. But when we meditate in these early morning hours, the first thing that we do, we connect ourselves with the spiritual energy. And then we get the protection of the spiritual energy. And this can transform our entire day. I would like to challenge you, really challenge you now. If you have never tried before, then try tomorrow, or as soon as you can, maybe for the weekend. Try and rise early in the morning before sunrise, and then cleanse your body, and then start chanting the mahamantra. Start with the meditation on the mahamantra and try to do it for some time. And then you will get the experience. You will see that your day will be completely different than days when you don't do any meditation and when you don't rise early in the morning. It's a very, very, very great difference. So, and then the third thing, which is important for you to do in this early morning, after your morning meditation, when you have purified your mind and connected your consciousness with the supreme consciousness, then it is important that you read or hear from the spiritual literature, from the sacred books. In Bhakti Yoga practice, we read from Bhagavad Gita as it is, from Srimad Bhagavatam, and similar books. It is very important that in the early morning, you read or hear at least for half an hour, or even better for 1 hour. Why? Because if you do this, this will cleanse your intelligence. So you may ask, what does this mean? How do you clean the intelligence? Cleansing the intelligence means to improve the concepts that you have, to wash away false material concepts which actually keep you in distress, and to replace them with the proper, true concepts of life. And this is something what you gain when you read this sacred literature. And there is also one more benefit. If you do this in this early morning, when your mind is peaceful and just cleansed, when the atmosphere is also peaceful, the active life has not started yet, you can actually go much deeper into these subject matters that are explained in the spiritual literature. And you can actually grasp much more. And then this is also food for thought. It is food for your intelligence, because when you read in this early morning or hear, then throughout the day, your intelligence and your mind will be preoccupied and will contemplate about what you just read or heard. And you will also see your life throughout the day from a different perspective. You will actually gain a spiritual perspective. We say this in Bhakti Yoga, that you will see the world around you through the eyes of knowledge, or Shastra Chakshu. So this is a spiritual vision. And in this way, whatever happens to you, you will be able to understand it in a much more profound and deeper way. And actually also react in the best possible way. So these are the 3 most important things of the early morning routine, which will bring you happiness, which will actually situate you in happiness. And before I end, I would like to add also few more benefits, very tangible benefits that you will experience if you engage in this early morning routine. So one thing that I already mentioned before is you will be connected with the spiritual energy. And when you are connected with the spiritual energy, you actually get divine protection. You get divine protection throughout the day. Whatever your duties are, whatever challenges you meet with during the day, you will have this spiritual protection, and you will feel it. You will feel that you have a protection. So you will get much greater confidence and much greater peace in your heart. Then the next positive thing is you will be able to control your mind and your senses, at least to a certain degree. This is the benefit and the result of this early morning routine. So even if something agitating happens throughout the day, it will not throw you off completely. You will be able to control yourself and to react in a more peaceful way, in a more beneficial way for everybody involved. Then, of course, as I said in the very beginning, you will experience some inner satisfaction, inner peace, and inner joy to a smaller or greater degree. This depends, of course, on the quality of your morning routine, and also on the length, because you can have a very short one or you can have a longer morning routine, which can take several hours. And such early morning routine will give you even much more benefits. Then another very important benefit is that your relationships with other people will improve tremendously. Why? Because when you engage in this early morning routine, you cleanse not only your physical body, your mind, your intelligence, but also your false ego. So what is false ego? False ego is basically the sense of individuality, the sense of identity, which pertains to our material body. And when you engage in this spiritual practice in the early morning, the material identification, the material ego becomes smaller, and does not have such a strong influence anymore. And this also you will experience in such a way that things will not irritate you so much. You will not get angry so easily. And therefore, in a relationship with other people, you will be able to be more tolerant. You will be able to be more loving. You will be able to be more friendly. It is very, very great benefit. And then next benefit, you will have much better intelligence because of cleansing all these elements of your body. Your intelligence will be purified, and not only this, but your intelligence will be connected with the supreme source of intelligence, with the absolute truth. So you will be able to make much better decisions. And if you need to work on something, or if you really need to employ the intelligence, you may get the inspiration that is actually divine inspiration, which is actually beyond even your own intelligence. You get such help. And then the next very important benefit is that you will be much more productive. You probably know that the most successful people have the habit of rising early, because they understand that there is some special power in this early morning and being awake in the early morning. But of course, with the spiritual practice, your productivity will also get completely another level, another dimension, and this is a spiritual dimension. When you are properly spiritually connected, then also all your daily activities will get spiritual impact. They will not be just on the material realm. So these are some of the most important benefits that I wanted to speak. And I will stop now, and I will see if there is anybody perhaps who has any question. Let's see if we have anybody with a question. Okay. So if you have any questions, then please, you can write them down right now. I'm looking if there is somebody on Facebook. I see there are some people on Facebook. So you can write the question if you like right now. And if I get it, I will answer it immediately. So I'm waiting. Okay. Yes, but I don't see. I don't see your question. So I will just stop now. I hope that this was something interesting for you and beneficial for you. And I would really like to challenge you. Please give it a try. If you are completely new to any kind of early morning routine or spiritual practice, then I would like to invite you, please give it a try. And if you're already practicing Bhakti yoga and mantra meditation, I would like to encourage you to really give your best and to really treasure this early morning time, because you can get so much out of it. So thank you very much for your kind attention.